Look at your wrist, a watch, ticking, 1 second per second, constant, relentless, unstoppable. Every single human on this planet is trapped. We are trapped in a moving current, a current called time. You can step left, you can step right, you can walk backward. Space allows it, but time does not. In time, you can only move forward, slowly, inevitably, toward the end. Physics calls this the arrow of time. It is governed by the second law of thermodynamics, entropy. Everything breaks down. Hot coffee cools. Stars burn out. Buildings crumble. You age. The universe likes order turning into chaos. It is a one-way street. But what if the street has a U-turn? What if you could build a machine to break the law? Science says you can. The blueprints exist. The math works. But the cost might destroy reality itself. First, we must acknowledge a shocking truth. Time travel is real. It is not science fiction. It is proven physics. But there is a catch. It only works in one direction, future. To build a future time machine, you do not need magic. You need speed, extreme speed. In 1905, Albert Einstein changed everything, special relativity. He discovered that space and time are linked. They form a single fabric, space-time. He also discovered the cosmic speed limit, the speed of light, 300,000 kilometers per second. Nothing can travel faster. And as you approach this limit, something bizarre happens. Time slows down for you. Imagine a train, a massive train circling the Earth. It travels at 99% the speed of light. You are inside. You live your life normally. You drink coffee. You read a book. You sleep. Outside, the world watches. To them, your train is a blur, a flash of energy. You stay on the train for 1 year. Then, the train stops. You step off. You look at a calendar. 100 years have passed on Earth. Your friends are gone. Your house is gone. You have traveled 99 years into the future. For you, it took 12 months. For the planet, it took a century. This is called time dilation. It is a mathematical certainty. We see it every day. Look at the sky. GPS satellites orbit high above Earth. They move fast, roughly 14,000 kilometers per hour. Because of their speed, their internal clocks tick slower than clocks on the ground, by 7 microseconds every day. But it gets more complicated. Gravity also warps time. General relativity. Massive objects dent the fabric of space-time. The deeper the dent, the slower time moves. Earth has mass, so time moves slower at sea level than on top of a mountain. The difference is tiny, nanoseconds. But the satellites feel it. They are further from Earth's gravity. So their clocks tick faster by 45 microseconds a day. Combine the two effects. Satellite clocks gain 38 microseconds every single day. If scientists did not correct this, your phone's map would fail. It would miscalculate your location by 11 kilometers daily. Your GPS is a primitive time machine. It constantly adjusts for the future. To supercharge this effect, you need more gravity. You need a black hole, an object so dense that light cannot escape. Imagine building a spaceship. You fly to the center of our galaxy, Sagittarius A, a supermassive black hole, 4 million times the mass of our sun. You do not fall in. Falling in is death. Instead, you park your ship just outside the event horizon, the point of no return. You orbit the black hole for 5 active years. The intense gravity stretches time like rubber. Inside your ship, your heart beats normally. Your clock ticks regularly. But when you pull away and return to Earth, thousands of years have vanished. Humanity might be extinct. The continents might have shifted. You are a historical artifact. A ghost from the past, standing in the future. Future time travel is easy. You just need an engine fast enough, or an object heavy enough. It is a mechanical problem, an engineering challenge. But what about yesterday? What if you want to go back? That is where the universe screams, stop. To travel backward, you must rip the fabric of reality. You need an Einstein-Rosen bridge, a wormhole. Think of space-time as a flat sheet of paper. Point A is today. Point B is yesterday. To walk from A to B, you must cross the whole sheet, linear time. But what if you fold the paper? What if you bring point A and point B directly together? Then you take a needle. You punch a hole straight through the layers, a shortcut, a tunnel through space and time. If you enter the tunnel at point A, you exit instantly at point B. You arrive yesterday. It sounds perfect. The math allows it. Einstein's field equations do not forbid wormholes. But building one is a nightmare. First, you must find one. Quantum mechanics suggests wormholes exist at the smallest scale. the Planck length. Microscopic bubbles of twisted space. They pop into existence and vanish instantly, in a trillionth of a second. To use it, you must catch a quantum wormhole. Then, you must inflate it. Stretch it until it is wide enough for a human, wide enough for a spaceship. But as soon as you touch it, it collapses. Gravity wants to slam the tunnel shut. It pinches closed, crushing anything inside. To keep it open, you need a scaffolding, a cosmic stabilizer. You need something called exotic matter, not normal matter. Normal matter has mass. It creates attractive gravity. Exotic matter is different. It possesses negative mass. It has negative energy density. Think about that for a second. Energy below zero. Instead of pulling space together, negative mass pushes it apart. It acts as anti-gravity. You must pump exotic matter into the throat of the wormhole. It counteracts the crushing force of gravity. It holds the tunnel open. Where do you get negative energy? Quantum mechanics provides a tiny amount, the Casimir effect. Place two uncharged metal plates, fractions of a millimeter apart in a vacuum. The plates restrict the quantum fluctuations between them. Fewer virtual particles can exist inside than outside. The space between the plates drops below zero energy density, negative energy. It is real. We have measured it in labs, but to stabilize a human-sized wormhole, you need a colossal amount. More negative energy than the total energy produced by an entire galaxy. We have no way to gather it, no way to store it. It is a theoretical dead end for our current technology. But there are other blueprints. In 1974, physicist Frank Tipler proposed a different machine, the Tipler cylinder. You do not need wormholes. You need matter, a lot of dense matter. First, you gather the mass of 10 suns. You crush this mass into a long, dense cylinder, like a massive cosmic rolling pin. It must be incredibly long, ideally, infinitely long. Then, you make it spin. You spin it at light speed. The spinning cylinder creates a powerful phenomenon, frame dragging. It literally twists the fabric of space-time around itself, like a spoon spinning in thick molasses. The space-time fabric becomes a whirlpool. If you fly a spaceship around this spinning cylinder in a specific path, your trajectory twists. You enter a closed time-like curve, a loop in time. Every rotation around the cylinder pushes you further back into the past. You roll back the cosmic calendar. When you break out of the loop, you are yesterday. But the Tipler cylinder has a fatal flaw. If the cylinder is not infinitely long, the math breaks. An infinitely long cylinder requires infinite mass. Infinite mass does not exist. If you build a finite cylinder, it will collapse. Gravity will crush it into a black hole instantly. The universe steps in again. Then, there are cosmic strings, hypothetical defects in the fabric of space, leftovers from the Big Bang, thinner than an atom, but heavier than mountains. If you find two cosmic strings moving past each other at high speed, they warp space-time violently. You can loop around them to travel back in time. But finding cosmic strings is impossible. Manipulating them is unthinkable. Every blueprint requires infinite scale, infinite energy, or impossible matter. Why is the universe so stubborn? Why does it protect the timeline? Because backward time travel introduces a virus into reality, a paradox. Let us look at the most famous virus, the grandfather paradox. You build your machine, you stabilize the wormhole, you step through. You arrive in the year 1950. You find your grandfather as a young man. You pull a trigger. He dies. He never meets your grandmother. They never give birth to your father. Your father never gives birth to you. So, you do not exist. But if you do not exist, who built the time machine? Who traveled back to 1950? Who pulled the trigger? If you didn't kill him, he lives. If he lives, you are born. If you are born, you go back and kill him. It is a logic loop, a system crash. The universe cannot compute it. It breaks the core rule of reality, causality. Cause must precede effect, always. If effect precedes cause, logic shatters. Then there is the bootstrap paradox, an information loop. Imagine you are a struggling scientist. A stranger knocks on your door. He hands you a notebook. Inside are the complete, perfect equations for a time machine. You spend 30 years building it. You succeed. You take the notebook. You travel back in time 30 years. You knock on a door. You hand the notebook to your younger self. The loop is complete. Now ask yourself, who wrote the equations? Not you. You copied them from the book, not your older self. He copied them from his past. The information has no origin. It was never created. It just exists. An uncaused loop of data. Reality hates these loops. Physicist Stephen Hawking noticed this. He proposed the chronology protection conjecture. He suggested that the laws of physics actively conspire to prevent time travel to the past, to keep the universe safe for historians. He argued that every time you try to create a time loop, a feedback loop occurs, like a microphone placed too close to a speaker. The sound loop creates a screeching howl. Energy builds up instantly until the speaker explodes. Hawking argued that radiation would enter any developing time machine loop. It would circulate through the tunnel infinitely. In a fraction of a second, the energy buildup becomes infinite. The machine blows itself up before the loop can form. The universe self-corrects. It acts as a cosmic immune system. It kills the time machine to save reality. But quantum mechanics offers an escape hatch. The many worlds interpretation, Hugh Everett. He proposed that every quantum event splits reality. The universe branches into parallel worlds. If you travel back to 1950 and kill your grandfather, you do not vanish. Because you didn't kill your grandfather. You killed a duplicate. A man in a newly spawned, parallel timeline. In that new universe, you will never be born. But in your original universe, your grandfather lived. You simply moved sideways into an alternate history. You can never return home. Every jump backward is a permanent departure into a new branch. You do not fix your past. You just create a new one. But there is an even stranger possibility. The block universe. Eternalism. Einstein believed in this. According to this view, space-time is a solid block. Past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. Right now. Yesterday is not gone. It is just located at a different coordinate in the block. Tomorrow is already written. It is sitting ahead of you. To a cosmic observer outside the block, your entire life is visible at once. Your birth, your middle age, your death. Like a strip of movie film. All frames exist at the same time on the reel. The projector light is just your consciousness moving through them. If the block universe is real, time travel is not about changing things. It is about fulfilling them. If you travel back to 1950, you were always in 1950. You cannot alter history because history already includes your visit. You cannot kill your grandfather because you didn't kill him. Every attempt will fail. The gun will jam. You will miss. You will change your mind. Whatever you do, it already happened. You are a puppet playing a pre-recorded part. You have no free will. You just have the illusion of movement. Look at the sky again. The stars you see are not there anymore. Some died millions of years ago. Their light is just reaching your eyes now. You are looking into the past every time you look up. We are surrounded by time travel, but we cannot touch it. We are like fish swimming down a fast river. We can look at the banks, but we cannot swim upstream. Maybe the engineering challenges are a warning. The infinite mass, the negative energy, the exploding feedback loops. They are not just technical problems. They are the boundaries of our cage. A cage built to keep logic from collapsing. And if you ever manage to break the lock, you might find that the person stepping out of the machine is not you anymore. It is just a glitch, a temporary error in a system that quickly deletes anything that doesn't belong. So we keep moving forward, 1 second per second, trapped in the current, waiting for the river to hit the ocean. And forgetting that the future we are building towards is the only time machine we will ever truly own, until the clock stops and the loop closes. For good.